Hi, this is Faith Bernard, the Holistic Entrepreneur, and this is part 2 of my LinkedIn Strategy Rock Your Business series. And I have to say, I forgot to go over how to set up your profile on the first video. Since this is just for my Isagenix team for the moment until I do a generic version of this training for the general public that are obviously involved with the home-based business genre or network marketing, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it the way it is, and I'll let you all know that I have this piece in the second video. Logically, it should have been in the first video at the very beginning. So let's talk about your profile on LinkedIn before we go into how to respond to all the people that are going to be getting back to you as you reach out to them through these groups. So I'm going to go ahead and click my screen share and show you my profile. All right, here we are. Okay, you can see I'm only an expert. I need to go a little further with my profile. But let's see, it wants to know, let's see, where did you go to school, college, university? It already has that. I wonder why it's still asking. Anyway, I used to have all kinds of information about Isagenix in my profile. I took it out. It was hard to do because I'm very proud that I'm involved with Isagenix and aligned with this great company. However, when you're reaching out to massive numbers of people on LinkedIn, you just don't want people to have a preconceived idea. Because what they're going to do sometimes before they ever reach out to you or return the reach out or connect with you by phone, they're going to check out your LinkedIn profile. Not all of them, but at least a third to 50% are going to check out your profile. So, it says here the last 3 days, my profile's been seen 35 times. So clearly something's going on. So I wanted something that was going to be, specific, but yet general enough that it wasn't immediate like, ooh, I don't want to talk to this person because they think they know what Isagenix is, or they think, well, I'm not interested in health and wellness, or whatever they might be thinking. I can't imagine anyone not being interested in health and wellness on some level, but, like I said, sometimes people have interesting preconceived ideas. So I went with a more general, how do I want to say, I say general, but I'm specific when it comes to marketing. Oh God, what did I do here? I didn't want all this. Let's skip over that. Okay. And I am going to add a video here. You can add a video, image, document, or presentation right there. So I am going to be doing that in the near future. This is coming off of my blog. Okay, so this is off of my blog. And I am going to add a second paragraph to this summary on me, but I do talk about being a former TV producer to 30-year successful entrepreneur mentoring professionals who want to transition from corporate model to designing their lives. Notice I don't say network marketing here. I say corporate model to designing their lives. So that keeps it pretty open. I help coach entrepreneurs or those who would like to step into entrepreneurship to develop a successful mindset, build your brand and your online audience. So again, I'm really marketing myself as someone that can help them enhance their following online and really create their brand and depart from the corporate world to the entrepreneurial world. Then I decided, okay, that wasn't really enough. So I went ahead and added a work position or a business position, and I put in information about Holistic Entrepreneur, which is my branding. I suggest you identify your branding. There's a great exercise for doing this. Get a piece of paper out, and on the left-hand side, you put down everything you're passionate about, everything that you just love to do and be a part of. And on the right-hand side, put down where you feel like you really excel. What are your skill sets? What are your gifts? Write those down and do this exercise for 5 days straight, where you just keep adding to those left and right columns. And after 5 days, start looking for where your passions and what you love to do intersect with what you're gifted at. And that's a way to start developing your branding, developing your tagline. Mine's a holistic entrepreneur because I really embody embracing my spiritual life, my work life, my recreational life, my, life into a whole, a holistic whole. And because I'm into holistic health, it really fits both from the business side and, of course, the health and wellness side. So I wrote up a piece that you can check out here on my profile. And I just say that early on, I had an entrepreneurial spirit. I was going to write about the fact that I used to design jewelry in grade school and sell it to my fellow classmates, but I didn't add that in there. You are somewhat limited to how long this could be, so you have to think about that as well. So think about what you offer in the marketplace and speak to that and have that be your focus, and of course your branding. So notice I don't have anything else here. I am going to do, under the summary area, I'm going to put a paragraph or two about how I really started embracing health and wellness, and because of my own personal challenges. I think it's very important to share not just everything that's, great and perfect with your life and what you have to offer and your experiences, but also what, the pains and the challenges you've experienced as a individual and an entrepreneur. Share those in the summary area and how you overcame that. If you share a pain point and then how you overcame it, people will flock to you from miles around because they're going to be able to relate to your story. So that's just a little bit on the profile piece. Obviously, having people endorse you just creates more credibility. Obviously, just a few endorsements here, but this was done over time. So don't compare. It was definitely done over time, and always room for improvement. I do have my education where I went to Illinois State University here. It has who I'm following. So you can see I'm following Richard Branson, Deepak Chopra, Arianna Huffington, it's a really, how do I say, Guy Kawasaki, Barack Obama. It really indicates sort of the sense of who I am. I think people check that out as well. We've got the news part there. Okay, so great. So that's the profile. I just wanted to make sure that we covered that. So let me go back here and let me see if I can just quickly just change the page that I want to go to. Okay, so here is my, let's see if that's showing up in, yes it is. Okay, so now I'm in my inbox, which on LinkedIn, and you can find your inbox. See where that little envelope is? Let me go back there. This little envelope, oops, sorry. I don't know what happened there. I opened up a new tab, I think. Okay, so the envelope there, that's your inbox. So you just click it and they all pop up, very similar to Facebook that way. And let's just see what we have here. We have Sybil, and she says, okay, she's giving me a lot of information on herself. I will graduate this Tuesday, it looks like. Currently, I work full-time as a Montessori teacher, and I have a health coaching mentor biz on the side. I have a few private clients, offer workshops and classes on wellness, clean eating, stress modification, yoga therapy, mindful eating practices. Most of the health coaching mentoring activity I do is local, but I also want an online presence. I'm hoping to leave the field of education and work full-time in the health and wellness industry, either for myself or a good company or a combination of two. I'm open to hearing about your opportunity. Okay, so what I'm going to do here with this particular person is I'm going to, my first focus is, hey, let's set up a few minutes to chat. So I'm going to go, hi, Sybil. I'll say, I find it very helpful to set up a time to chat for a few minutes. It will give us a better feel for each other and be fun to connect. You want to like make this a little, a little light. You want to have this be fun too, right? So, and be fun to connect. Give me 2 good days and times for you so we can match up our schedule. Also, what is a good number for you? Question mark. And then I'll put Faith in there. She knows it's Faith, but I'll put it in there. So it says, hi, Sybil. I find it very helpful to set up a time to chat for a few minutes. It will give us a better feel for each other and be fun to connect. Give me 2 good days and times for you so we can match up our schedules. I should be plural. Good thing I'm rereading this. Also, what is a good number for you? See, really casual on getting the number. I'll tell you, it's a completely different world getting numbers on LinkedIn versus Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send that message. And I keep a notepad specific to LinkedIn, and I write down the name of the person. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to take a quick second here to write down Sybil and to write down her last name. It's hyphenated, so she's obviously married. Or has been married, but I think she's married. That's my guess. And I'll just put here sent message. And it's not a bad idea to put the date that you sent it. So you've got, if you don't have a CRM, which is a contact management system, I strongly recommend that you have a notepad dedicated just to LinkedIn, because you're going to get a little confused. It can get a little confusing when you're reaching out to hundreds of people. So you want to keep things straight. So I'm going to put here, we are looking at January 31st is when I did this. Of course, I know what year it is, so good for that. So anyway, see how wonderful that was? But let's see here. We've got another one that's interesting here. Lewis, see what he has going. I don't normally promote services, but you should check out Branded Me. Very cool service where you can convert your LinkedIn profile to a personal website in seconds. Is a great way to take your personal branding to the next level, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to get back to him, not right this second. I try to get back to everybody. There's 1 or 2 I think I might have missed, but you really want to be impeccable with your follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. The average number of exposures before a sale is made or before a new business partner partners up with you is 7 exposures. 7 exposures. So be thinking about that because you got to build trust. I'm looking for business partners, not just product consumers, though I welcome them as well. And so it's going to be typically a 2, 3, 4 conversation situation before they're ready to move forward. So let me go ahead and click on Susanna here. Thanks for reaching out. I would welcome a conversation to explore further what you do and see if and how we might support each other in some way. Please let me know what would be a good time to schedule a conversation. So again, I'm going to be putting a message in here. I'm not going to do it this second because I think you get the general gist of what's going on here. Beth and I missed each other, so she just made sure that I had her phone number. So see how wonderful that is? It's so awesome. And then now, if someone I can tell they're just not quite ready to jump on the phone, and I can tell that by how they respond back to me, then I have a specific message that I send out to them. I also send this out to people that I've talked to on the phone that are very open and they're willing to receive more information. So as a last resort, if I can't get them on the phone initially, which is always my first goal, is to get them on the phone on the first time. So we can start building that rapport and that connection. However, sometimes you just can't, and you can tell they're not open. I'm not going to push it to the point where I get someone upset with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and message them. So let's just see what she has to say here, Polly. Let's see what goes on here. Please tell me more about what you're doing and the potential opportunities. Have a great day. Okay, so I'm going to go with more of my intuition here. I could press her for getting on the phone with me, but for the sake of showing you this, I'm finding that I have had people that I wasn't able to get on the phone with initially. I send them the message that I'm going to show you now, and they connect with me and say, hey, I'm interested in knowing more and talking to you. Looks like great information. This is a last resort if you feel like you can't get them on the phone, but it certainly has been working. And again, you always want that personal rapport if at all possible. Potential opportunities. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this one as if I'm not gonna get on the phone with her initially. I'm going to message her first. Again, this is the second option, not the first one. Let me just find out where I have that message. It's over here. And I'm actually going to have to get off of screen share so I can show you the message. So let me do that. So I'm going to go over here and get off of the screen share. Yep. Sometimes there's a little bit of delay here. That goes upside down for me. Okay, so let me get back on my email here. And now I'm going to go back here, and then we're going to go over there. I talk to myself a lot on these videos. I love it. Okay, let's see if we can get the screen share up here. And yes, now you can see my email. Well, it's an email, but I want to specifically show you the message. Now, in another approach, there's a couple ways we can go here. I can message her directly, or I can say to her, I think this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to actually ask for her email address and say, I have several links I'd like to share with you, and it's going to be easier for you to access the information via the email. This is what I'm going to message to her. Below it, some information on me and my company. I actually give them now my link to my Facebook business page because, you know, we are in the trust building business. We have to build that trust in order for them to even want to do business with us. I give them a little background on my background, even though they can see it on my profile on LinkedIn. I'm going to put that in the email, and I'm going to share with them that I succumbed to autoimmune challenges, which led me on both a spiritual and tremendous health journey of discovery. I was honored to work with some of the great practitioners throughout my journey. The last 30 years, I've been immersed in all things that bring the body and soul back into harmony. So again, you've got to make it your own. I tell them how long I've been with the company, served on its advisory board. So I'm just building, you know, building myself up so that they can see that I'm someone is worthy of their time. Our company vision is as is mine. This is something that you can definitely include in your message. Our company vision, as is mine, is to strive to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain. Okay, so I'm initially including 3 links. What I'm including is the Are You Toxic? Because I want to sell these people on the value of our products. I love Lynn Hagedorn's presentation, but I'm finding as a first step that the Are You Toxic video is just, I'm feeling I'm getting better results actually. So let me just put it that way. The second link I'm putting is science and validation, since a lot of these people have health backgrounds and they're going to want to know. The third link I'm now putting is the Isagenix difference. And I think that, you know, in the beginning, when someone's just looking at something, they don't need to know all the ins and outs about the compensation plan right out of the gate. They want to know that people are being successful, and they want to see that's people they can relate to. And I think the Isagenix difference, in fact, I know that video is so well done, they're going to be able to relate to it. 9 out of 10 times, if not 10 out of 10 times, they're going to be able to relate to the people in that video. So I feel like those 3 videos, Are You Toxic?, the science and validation, especially with people with a health background, and the Isagenix difference. Now, because I was approaching some practitioners, I included an interview I did with Linda Fells that talks about how she's incorporating Isagenix into her practice. I feel that just takes the credibility up to a whole nother level. So again, anything you can do, and you can certainly use this interview to your advantage. If you're approaching practitioners, use the Linda Fells interview. I think it's very well done. I thought she did a great job, and I think it's going to help you help them see how they too could be benefiting from it. So let's see, what else do we have here? I think that was mostly, let me get off of this screen share. We're just about there. What I'd like to do is go back here to, I'm just going to minimize that email so I can have a little bit more room here. And going over here now. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen share again and just moving this over here a bit. Okay, here we go. So here's Polly, I think it is. And I say, hi, Polly. Great to connect here on LinkedIn. If you are willing, let's see, no, I'm going to say it differently. I have a couple of links I'd like to share with you that I think you'll find helpful. However, it is easier for you to access that information if I can email it to you. What is your best email? Now, when I'm emailing someone, I'm going to send them, when I send them the email, I'm going to send them a message on LinkedIn and say, this is the subject line of the email. It's coming from faith@faithbernard.com. If you don't see it, check your spam box. You should private message them, or thread on this thread, the communication thread on LinkedIn, that you have sent the email so that they know to look for it. And they know if they don't see it to check their spam box. So that's the only thing I have to say about emails. And I'm going to put here, of course, I always find it extremely helpful to connect by phone. So by phone, give me a couple of days and times so we can match our schedules. Now she's going to be open to this or not. So what is your best number? Nope. Got to do a space and question mark. Okay, so I'm sort of doing two things in this one, because what I'm picking up intuitively that she really wanted to look at some information first, even though it's always good to try to get the person on the phone first. I'm sort of doing a dual thing here. Great to connect here on LinkedIn. I have a couple of links. I think I'm going to just break this up a little bit. I have a couple of links I'd like to share with you that I think you'll find helpful. However, it's easier for you to access the information if I can email it to you. What is your best email? And I guess that should have a question mark at the back of it. So let me do that. Of course, I always find it extremely helpful to connect by phone. Give me a couple days and times so we can match our schedules. What is your best number? So I'm just going to sort of leave it casual like that. Go ahead and send the message to Polly, and she'll let me know. Okay, and worst case scenario, she doesn't want to get on the phone initially. That's okay. I'm going to send her the information. She'll give me her email address. So again, these are the things that you want to be thinking about when you're responding to people. The message that you saw that I have, I'll make this all available to you. But again, you got to put your own personal story in it, and you're going to have to customize it a little bit to yourself. So, which is good because you want to do that. So now I'll get it off of this. So I just want to make sure we've covered everything. The first video, we covered the reach out. Forgot to cover how to handle your profile, so we did that at the front end of this video. And then I showed you, I've just got tons and tons of people that I'm getting back to. It's so much fun. The hardest part of this whole strategy is cutting and pasting and doing like 5 pages, because your arm does get tired. So you might do a couple pages and then give yourself a break to a couple more pages. And I'm finding that I'm at the point now, if I want to watch a movie, if I'm winding down at the end of the day, I might just go ahead and cut and paste while I'm watching a movie. I don't know if you should multitask like that, but make sure you put in and personalize each message with their name. But basically, if you just check it and then personalize the message and send it. 5 pages, that's the magic number. You got to get those numbers working for you. At some point, if you want to entertain the idea of the software that does a lot of this grunt work for you. But let's all make some money before you invest $1,000 into some software. But and I still need to find out more about it. Really appreciate you all. Let's keep these videos to our team, just because we don't want everyone to get hit up and have it all look like carbon copies of each other. And appreciate you all so much. Everyone have an awesome day. And as always, you'll find me on another video soon. Thanks a lot.